In this session, we'll discuss about how do we create list of value as well as drop down or nothing but we call it as pop list in the OAF. And also we'll try to implement a search page using these two particular components. Okay. So the first one is LOV. Next one is pop list, or you can call it as drop down. Okay. Or in OAF, we call it as message choice. So now if you observe LOV or a pop list, they are a set of components. I mean, it's an item which shows a list of values and nothing but a multiple values. Generally, if you observe any other component like text input or maybe like a style text or any other components or hyperlink, they will hold a single value. But now coming to this particular LOV, now here if you observe it, this is an LOV which is holding multiple values. This is also an LOV, I mean drop down, sorry, both are drop downs which are holding a multiple values. So when you are having a multiple set of values, so obviously you require a data set. So now in our case, the data set is provided by a SQL query. So we don't hard code because hard coding is never a good practice in any of the programming language, right? So as per the OA framework, we don't have any hard code option. You're required to provide a query. Based on that only, it will display the data. Now let's start with LOV, and also for LOV and published, again, we follow a particular package structure. So even though if you don't follow, it will still work, but it's always a good practice to follow a particular package structure. Initially, we'll try to implement these particular components independently, and then later on, we'll try to use in a particular page. So first we'll start with LOV, and now our package structure was XXMS like this, right? Our package structure xxms.oracle.apps.fnd.server. This is for the purpose of AM. Now for the LOV, what we have to use is we have to use fnd.lov.server. This is for the LOV. And similarly for the pop list or this one message choice or drop down, we have to use this particular package structure. Okay. Now the first requirement, let us say I just want to implement a particular drop down for the purpose of displaying all the list of parties. Okay. I just want to display a LOV to display the list of parties irrespective of whether they are a customer or a supplier. I just want to display parties. So now here, right, let's say I'll take only few set of columns, row num less than 150. Okay. Now I just want to display. When you are implementing LOV, always make sure that just consider only columns which you want. Don't try to have any other columns. Party number, party name, party type, party name also. Okay. I just want to have this set of 4 columns. Now this is the LOV server package. Now what we require to do, we need to create. So this is a package and we need to create a Vivo. So I'll just say party LOV Vivo. Again, we have to follow a naming convention for the Vivo also. This is my query. I will assign to the party LOV Vivo. Now what I have to do, I need to create a Vivo. So I need to create a Vivo because we are not recreating AM. We are trying to use the existing AM. So I'll go to here, the package, the project, perform right click at the project level or a package level, both will work out. On the FND server, I'll just perform right click and click on view object, click on next, check out the package structure. Obviously it is a different, so we need to copy this package structure fnd.lov server, copy this, and now mention the Vivo name, and this Vivo is read only Vivo. Select that, click on next. Now mention the query. So this is the query we have written for this one. Paste it, next, nothing to change, just go with the next until the finish appears. That's it. Now here if you observe, it is part of a different package structure. So I will not create any new AM for the LOV. In some of the Oracle standard applications, you may find a different AM for each for LOV, but as of now, let us go with the existing AM only. Don't try to create any new AM. Double click on this briefcase icon, assign the Vivo to the AM. So where is that? FND LOV server. Assign it. Obviously, it will assign a new instance. Click on apply and OK. Now, Next thing is our business component logic is almost ready. We just need to create the page. So I'll just say web UI, right click, click on new OA components and page. Okay. I'll just name it as party LOV sample page. Party LOV sample page.
That you did not assign that LOV for package structure. The old package structure only, that LOV.
We are following the same thing, right? So here, this is what I mentioned: XXMS, Oracle Apps, FND LOV server. LOV.
No, LOV is not there, I guess. Can you please open that one? The package just now we created, the structure.
Yeah, this is the one, right? LOV server.
No, you
When we create a Vivo, we mention a new package name, right? When you create a Vivo, if you just see here, when you create a new Vivo, you'll mention what is the package you wanted to have it. If you mention a new package, it will create a package. If you use an existing one, it will work. It will create in the existing package only.
but you used the LOV, right? LOV package, right? You
That's
used
what.
the,
Do you see here LOV or not? Do you see LOV here? Yeah.
no, when you assign that one, right? The
It will be there. Definitely, it will be there. No doubt in that. Just see here. Can you see FND LOV server?
okay.
Can you see
Yeah, okay.
FND LOV server party LOV Vivo?
Yeah, it is okay. That oversight. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. Party LOV sample page on this region one. Set the default properties. AM definition. XXMS. Party LOV sample. Okay. Now I'll just create a new region, which is of style header region. Party header region. Under the party header region, I'll perform a right click, click on new item. This is item, okay? LOV is an item. So I'll just say party ID LOV, or I'll say party LOV ID. Party LOV ID, or better mention something because we want to display name, right? So party name LOV ID. I just want to consider party name LOV ID. Now, what is the item style? By default, it shows message text input, but we want to display list of values. So we have to use message LOV input. Just scroll down here, scroll up, message LOV input. Use this one. Once you change the item style, there are some extra components which are getting displayed under this particular LOV component. Okay, let us go one by one. So as of now, first thing is message LOV input is the style. We have to change it. Next is we have to change the view instance of this one. We just need to change the view instance. This is not required in our case because we are working on this particular component independently. So don't touch this component at this point of time. Next one is visual prompt. So I'll just say select party name. Okay, only what we have done: ID, item style, and prompt. Nothing we have changed. View instance, view attribute should not be changed at this point of time, but later we'll be working on those things also. Next one is in the under the party name LOV ID, there is something called region one, which will get created automatically, and it shows the region style as list of values. Okay. On this region one, right click and click on new table using a wizard. On this region one, I'm again telling you, under the party name LOV ID, there is a region one which will get created, or we can rename it better so that I'll just say party name LOV values region. Okay, so that will have a clarity. This party name LOV is values region. On this one, perform a right click, click on new table using a wizard. Next, select the AM, select the Vivo, select by default, it will be table style. There is no way we can change it. You have to go with default only. Click on next, select the columns. Next, message style text by default, nothing to change. Next, finish. That's it. Now, before proceeding further, let us see any of the LOV value in the front end first of all, so that we'll get some clarity. Else it will be tough to understand. 1 minute. Is there any LOV value in any page? So these are all drop down. Okay. Now here, if you observe, right, this is approver is LOV. So this is how LOV will get displayed at runtime. So now we'll just click on this particular icon, right? So now you can have a search option, and then you have a table result. So the region using wizard option, which we have done now, is this table region. This table region is nothing but this particular table region. Party name, LOV values. Under this one, you have this table region, right, where we'll be displaying this particular 4 columns. So these 4 columns, I mean, in this one, right, this is how it will get represented. When you click on the starts icon, it will open a pop-up, and the top level is search one, and the next one is the results region. So in the results region, whatever we mention, whatever the table region which we created will get displayed. Okay. Now the next thing is, let us say, I'll just say search. Okay, I'll just select a particular value, right? When you select a value, so here there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 values are there. You have a record in this particular record, you have 5 columns. But which value you want to represent in the value? Now I'll just select this first record, quick select. It shows a backer. So now what is happening? Out of 5 columns, there is only 1 column which got returned to this particular LOV component. So that we have to mention in our LOV mapping. Nothing but out of the columns which you are showing, which column you want to show in the LOV, that you have to select in the LOV mapping. So in the LOV map 1, so what is LOV region item? Nothing but in the LOV region, I have 4 columns like a party ID, number, party type, and name. But I want to select party name. But where you want to store it? I want to store in the party name LOV ID. So in the written item, can you see it? It just have only this one, party name LOV ID. That's it. LOV region item is party name. LOV region item is nothing but the value which is available in this particular party LOV table region, and the written item is nothing but what is your LOV message LOV input component, right? This is our message LOV input component. Nothing but in the written item, you just need to mention the ID of your written item. Okay. And one more important property. So here on the party, now here, like when you open a page, right? When you open this LOV, I'll just click on this again. So here you have, when you say search by, it is showing all the list of columns, right? So now in our case also, you have to explicitly mention on which columns you want to allow search by. Let us say I want to search by, there is an option called search allowed true on party name as well as party number. I just want to have search allowed only 2 columns. I'll just say only 2 columns now. Okay. Now run the page now.
LOV mapping automatically it is created, right? LOV mapping this item.
Yes, that item will be created automatically, but we have to explicitly set the values.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it says criteria from should be set at least. Okay. There is one error it is telling you, but anyway, let us ignore as of now. I'll click on this one. Okay. You have to enable pop-up, allow pop-ups. Okay. Now, can you see? It just displays only 2 things, party number and party name. And now it displays these 4 columns which we mentioned. I'll select these 4 columns. And now here, if you select, let us say if I select this first row, it has to return us world of business, right? It has written world of business, right? It is not returning. So nothing but there is some mistake. Let us go back again, right? I'll select vision now. It got displayed. Let me try again. I'll select total internet. Okay, it is working fine. But there was one error it was displaying, right? Criteria form something it was telling.
Yeah.
So let us see that. Criteria item. I'll just say party name LOV ID only. Okay. Written item, criteria item, both are same. So run again. This time it should not display any error. Criteria item is nothing but like I'll show you. I'll tell you. Okay. Now, can you see? There is no error. Now, let us say when you're searching a data, now our LOV will return us 149 records. I don't want to return all the records at a time. Let us say I want to perform a partial search before LOV gets open. I'll just type like a world like this and tab out. Press the tab button. Now, what is happening? It is providing the data based on the criteria what we mentioned. That is nothing but a criteria item. Now, let us say if I select worldwide communications, it has to get out, right? We are able to see that worldwide communication. Got it?
Yeah.
Now, let us say we are able to select the value, that is fine. But how do you retrieve the value which user has selected? Isn't it? Now, user has selected worldwide communication. Let us say you want to pass this value to some other particular business component or some other like a package or controller, whatever it is. How do you handle, how do you retrieve a value from a component? That is the next logic you have to return, right? See, as of now, we have not executed the Vivo. We have not written any Java logic. If you observe carefully, if you remember, like any Vivo which you use in the OAF, you need to always write vivo.execute query. But for LOV or a drop down, the LOV, the Vivos which are assigned to those components will be executed by default. There is no user intervention in that. There is no developer intervention. I mean, we does not need to explicitly write vivo.execute query for the LOVs as well as drop down. They are executed by default. Okay. Next logic is let us handle the
Here, select the party name. This is the one LOV. Then after you selecting, I'm getting that then two boxes, two list items, right?
yes.
What is
Yes. It is a
first?
partial search, right? I just mentioned world. There is no value with the world, right? There are two
Okay.
parties which are matching. It's like partial search.
Okay. Now after you selecting one more, the table reason you got, select any one of that one. This one, select one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
search by party name. Oh, same thing. Okay. Party name, party number. Why we got two here?
We enabled only search allowed. We have done only for two columns, right? Party number as well as party name. I have not enabled search allowed for other things. Let us say if I allowed search allowed for party type, then it has to display this party type in the search also, search by also.
Become three. Okay.
So I'll just say VI. Okay, there is now here. If you observe, right, when I type vision, let us say I just type VI and type out. It is not displaying any drop down or it is not displaying any pop-up. The reason is there is only one record matching with the vision. That is why it simply displays that. It does not open any pop-up at all. If it finds multiple records, let us say type A, and if I just perform a tab out, then it will open a pop-up if it returns multiple records. Can you see party type now?
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Now let us just say person. I want to see only person. Party type, right? That's it. Okay. Now coming back, let us implement how do we get the value of this particular component. So what is the logic I want to write? It is whenever user selects a value, I just want to display that user has selected this value. Okay. Now on the main region, perform a right click, set new controller. Party LOV sample CVO. Party LOV sample CVO. Now in the party LOV sample CVO, what is LOV component ID? This is our LOV ID. Select this one. Okay. This is our LOV ID, right? If page context dot get LOV input source ID. Okay. Not equal to null. Or what I'll do is instead of this way, I'll just assign string LOV input source ID. So if for handling the LOV events, we will not have any fire action. We will not have any, we will not use the same logic which we have used the button event. That will not work out. So we have to use logic. We have to
We
use
need to
this
have
logic.
the logic in the AIM implementation, right? AIM.
Now I'm talking about handling the event of LOV.
Okay.
So we have to use this logic for the LOV input. LOV input source ID not equal to null, and if this LOV, because a page can have multiple LOVs, you need to get the LOV input source ID, and then if this equals LOV input source ID, then we can say that our LOV got selected. Once your LOV got selected, then what we can do, you can just get the value. We can get the value. I'll just say party name LOV str is equal to page context dot get parameter, and then we can display the information. Throw new OI exception. User selected party name plus party name comma OI exception dot information. So this is how we have to handle the LOV event, and this is how we can retrieve the value. This is for the purpose of retrieving the value. This is for the purpose of handling the event. Okay. Now let's run the page and just see how we can get the value as well as handling of it. Okay. Now let us say I'll just type A and tab out. It shows list of values to us. Now I'll select this one, AC networks. I'll select AC networks. Just select this one and see what happens. Can you see? Selected party name is AC networks. It automatically identified the event, and also it retrieved the value. Now, one more thing we want to discuss. Now the thing is, now let us say if I just select again, it displays that specific record. Now my requirement is to display AC networks in this one, that is fine, but I want to retrieve the party ID. I want to retrieve the party ID, and then I want to pass that party ID to other method. How do we get the party ID? We don't want to write any other logic. Okay, we using like a PL SQL or SQL logic, we can get that. But within this LOV, how can we get the party ID also? Okay, for that one, what we need to do is we have to use a concept called form value concept. So what you do is on this party header region, perform a right click, click on new item, and set this particular component is equal to form value. Set this component is equal to form value. And here I'll just say party ID FV. The component name is party ID FV. Nothing to change, and don't give any view instance or view attribute, that will not work out. And we'll just say party ID FV. This will not get displayed in the output. One more important thing is this form value will never be displayed in the user interface. This is only for internal page logic only. And now what we do is in the LOB mapping, perform a right click, click on new in the LOB map. So better to rename this one. I'll just say party ID LOB map. Okay. Now, what is LOB region item? You have to select party ID, and to which return item I have to pass it. I want to pass this one to party ID FE. I want to return this party ID, which I am selecting in this particular table region, to the party ID FE form value. No criteria, just return item. And now, okay, let us say you selected that. I mean, this particular component is having a value, but how do I retrieve the value? That is the next thing. How do we retrieve the value? Again, the same concept. Get parameter. Str is equal to page context dot get parameter. And now I'll say party name is this one plus party ID is this one. Okay, party ID is this one. Now let's run it and see how it works. Okay, now let's say we'll select B and tab out. Okay, it displays these number of things. Now let us say I'll use Betty Lewis, and the party ID it has to represent is 2468. Betty Lewis 2468. Got it?
Yeah.
2468. Similarly, you can let us say if you want to retrieve the remaining values also, what we have to do? Let's say that I want to retrieve party number also. What we have to do? We just need to create one more form value. We need to create one more LOB mapping. That's it. That's how we can set it. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
So this is how we implement LOV. So it's only as of now we just discuss only partial partial information of LOV, but there are many other things we have to discuss in the LOV. Okay. Now, so next thing is poplist.server. Okay. So same concept. Only thing is the way it shows in the UI is different and the event handling is different. Okay. So now for the poplist, what we do is, let's say I just want to use ledger details for the poplist, gl.ledgers. This is my query, but I just want to retrieve only a few columns, ledger ID and name. I'll just say ledger name alias. I'll just go with all things like all records. Hopefully, I think it has 50 records, 102. Generally, poplist is preferred when you have a small set of records, nothing but maximum 20 or 25. Functionally, there are both are same. There is no difference, but generally that is preferred because in the poplist you don't have any search criteria. You cannot implement any search criteria. It just simply is a list of values. But if it's a large list, it becomes very tough for the developer to, for the business user to scroll down. That is why poplist is not preferred for the large set of values. I'll just say GL ledger pop LOV pop evo. Okay. Now just go back to the server package. Okay. Here on the FND or maybe XXMS, right click on new view object, click on next. Now let me get this one, GL ledger pop vivo.
Package you have to change, right? Package.
Yeah. This one is pop list. Okay, now it's read-only access. Next one is the query. This is the query. Next, nothing to change. Simply click on next and finish. Okay. Now, where is that FND poplist server? Now, assign the Vivo to the AM. XXMS poplist server, GL ledger pop Vivo, assign it, apply. Okay. Okay. Now, so in the web UI, let's create the page. Okay, I think structure. In the web UI, create new page. I'll just say pop
Here,
list. Yes, tell me.
no, here we have to change the package also, right? I think remember last time, no, we did not change.
Pages, why do you want pages?
No, package here we have to use the pop.
XXMS only. I'm using XXMS only, right?
No, package we have to use the this pop list package, right? Package
Pop
now.
list package is for the purpose of LOV component, Vivo component, not for the page.
No,
Pop
that's
list,
what. Yeah,
yeah.
even previously also I was assuming that the same package is to continue for all the. Okay, for this one package is only for the LOB purpose only that package.
See, this when you say LOV server, when you say server, when you have a package with the name suffix server, it means that it is only for the purpose of business components. So we have created a Vivo, and that is obviously for LOV purpose. We have to name it. We have to create in a package LOV server. For poplist, we are creating a poplist server. When you create a page, obviously it will be in WebUI package only. There is no doubt in that. Any page, any region, any CO should be always in WebUI package. So that is why I'm creating a package. I mean, you're creating a page in the WebUI package.
Okay. Gotcha. Understand.
Yeah. Poplist sample. page.
I confused that package and this package. Always
No. Sir, remember
yeah.
that. Remember the suffix. Server and web UI. That's the difference.
Our main goal is to page is web UI and server is for all business components.
Yes, that's the way you have to identify. Yes. I think it got disturbed. I think. Okay. Let's hear it. Okay, now it got adjusted. Pop list, yeah. Main region, AM definition, XXMS, pop list, sample, sample. Okay. Now on the main region, perform a right click. Sorry. Perform a right click. New region. I'll just say pop list header region. Header region. Under the header region, I'll select a new item. And now this item style is message choice. Message choice. And this is ledger pop ID. The ID name is ledger pop ID. Now it is little bit different again. The concept of pop list little bit different from the LOB. Now, what is the name? Ledger pop ID. And now here, if you observe, there are three attributes you have to consider: pick list view instance, view definitely display attribute, as well as view attribute. Okay. What is a pick list view instance? Nothing but the Vivo instance of your LO of the pop list package. What is that? The Vivo instance of the pop list package. The pop Vivo. Copy this instance name. Okay. And now view instance is this one, and display attribute as well as view attribute. Display is nothing but now here, if you observe, right? So for developer, ledger ID is important, but for the business user, ledger name is important, isn't it? Yeah. For developer, ledger ID is required. For business user, ledger name is required. Nothing but generally when you have any lookup code and meaning kind of concept, code is for the developer purpose, meaning is for the business user purpose. Similarly, for our LOB pop Vivo, pop list Vivo, so we have these two attributes. Here, if you observe, in the query we mentioned ledger underscore ID and ledger underscore name, but in the Vivo attribute, they were automatically renamed with appropriate naming convention as per Java. So we need to use these attribute names. So copy this attribute name, ledger ID. Similarly, copy the ledger name. Okay. Now ledger name is the display attribute. Ledger name will be the display attribute. So ledger pop ID. And here display attribute will be ledger name, and view attribute, pick list value attribute will be this one, ledger ID. And any other changes? Yeah. And prompt. The prompt will be select ledger name. Select ledger name. Okay. Now, yeah. Let's run it and see how it works. There is no logic we have written for the execution again, and as of now we have not created controller. Okay, this is a common exception. Stop the server once. F11. Let's close some of the pages. Okay, can you see? Populous region, populous sample, header region, and right? The drop down. Okay, now next thing is, how do we handle the drop down? Nothing but let us say, when I selected this particular component, I want to similarly, like I want to catch the event as well as I want to retrieve the value. and then display a message. The same thing which we have done for LOV. Similarly, we'll do it for the pop list also. So on the main region, perform a right click, set new controller, pop list, sample CO. And now for handling the pop list, the event handling is not similar to the message LOV input. It is similar to what we have done for the hyperlink or the image. So we need to consider fire action event for the pop list. Security, client action, fire action. And here I'll just say LOV, sorry, Ledger pop event. This is my event name, Ledger pop event. So what we have to do, go to process form request. Event param str is equal to page context dot get parameter. Okay. And if event param, this is not equal to null, and if event param str dot equals ledger. Okay. Oops, this is the name, right? Event param str. Yeah, so this means that like whenever LOV event is raised, this it will come into this if block. That is fine, but how do we get the value? That's next concept. How do we get the value? So just copy this ID, and now string str is equal to page context dot get parameter. Okay, now selected okay OA exception information. That's it. Let's run the page and see how it works. Okay, now let's say I'll select Vision University. Got it? Select a ledger name as it. What is displaying? It is displaying ledger ID. It is displaying ledger ID instead of ledger name. How do you know it? You can observe from here. Let us say if I select Vision Norway. Let's say if I select Vision Norway, can you see it is displaying 478, displaying 478. But let us, I don't want ledger ID. I want the ledger name. I want the ledger name. So there is a little bit again different concept comes into picture for the pop list. Let's go back. So here what we have to do is this page context dot get parameter will not work out for the pop list. This will work out, but it will give you the ledger ID. It will give you the ID, not the value. So for this one, what we require is we require a Java API or another class we have to use it. That the class name is OA message choice. OA message. Yeah, OA message choice bean. So now what I'll do is ledger pop ID bean is equal to web bean dot find index child recursive and mention the ID component, and now perform a typecasting. What are we trying to do is like this page context get parameter will not work out for this one, and we have to use a class called OA message choice bean. Again the same concept, any bean which is represented in the OAF page, nothing but any user interface component which is displayed in the web page. We call it as Java Bean. Why it is called Java Bean? Because as per the Java concept, when you say something called Java Bean, it means that it is a user interface component, and Java provides a class for that, for the developer to use it to get the values, to set the values, get the properties, as well as set the properties. That is why it is called Java Bean. Now using this particular Java Bean, we can get the respective values. So let us say I want to get the ledger ID. Ledger ID str is equal to popbean dot get selected value. This is for the purpose of getting the ID. Now similarly, I can get the ledger name differently. Ledger name is equal to get selected text. There is something called get selection value. Do you see anything called get selected? Okay, it shows get selected value, that is there. Selected value is there. Selection text. Okay, I'll use selection text. And here also I'll use get selection value. Okay. Now similarly, what I'll do, I'll just say selected ledger name. I will consider this one now. Ledger ID is equal to ledger ID str. Ledger ID str. That's it. Okay.
First one is value you took, no? Then first one.
It's
First
not
one is get selected value for ID.
Yeah, this is for the ID selection value. This is selection text. This is for the name.
All ID always we have to selection value only for ID.
Let us run the page. You'll understand. Selection value or selected value, like this method, I think it would have been a little bit changed between two versions, I guess. We'll see that in the Java doc. Let's see, university. Ledger name, we are getting Vision University. Ledger ID, we are getting 288. Correct? We are able to find out the data properly. Correct? Ledger name, Vision Norway. Ledger ID 477. Okay, so these things are working fine. Selection value is for the purpose of getting ID. Selection text is for the purpose of getting the text.
All IDs is value only for the, suppose if we want to select another name or anything, always for the name, we have to get selection text always we have to take.
Obviously, right? Yeah.
For IDs, selection value.
This is display value. This is display value.
Okay.
This is the what was that we mentioned? Value attribute.
Purpose for value.
See, when you are designing the published component, we have two things separately, right?
Yeah.
Where is that? Yeah. Display attribute as well as value attribute. Display attribute and value attribute. This is display attribute. Clear?
Oh.
For display attribute, we have used selection text. We have to use for value attribute, we have to use selection value. This is, we have to follow simply.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a high level overview of the published component. As of now, we have not discussed about the dependent published or dependent LOB, but we'll discuss them in the later on sessions. As of now, we just discussed only the individual LOB and published component. We'll try out in the next session how do we use these two components in the search page. Okay.
Okay, sure.